This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. And it is always going to be very challenging when either you are taking the first session of any event or you are conducting the last session of any event. So nevertheless, the first session was conducted by the keynote speech and by our commissioner, SMC commissioner. And I am happy that I'm going to conclude this event on the second day with my last session. So unfortunately, yesterday I was not able to connect due to some obviously office work. But today, randomly, I've gone through some session and I found those sessions so beautiful and I think so knowledgeable and so technical also. But this session, this might not be so technical, but this is something that is related to the business. This is something related to the marketing that normally we, all kind of businesses are talking nowadays over internet, and specifically the very, very old and very renowned technology that is used for marketing over internet, and that is search engine optimization. So what we are going to understand till my time ends at 7:15, we are going to understand the importance of search engine optimization and the actual meaning of this topic, that how and why SEO is digital marketing hero post COVID-19. So right now we are in between this pandemic and we are already seeing the role, the significant role rather, of search engine optimization. And that is what we are keep going to see even after maybe in the near future or maybe later in the future, that how the search engine optimization can help any business grow, and that too within the budget. So I'm just looking forward to have some good and meaningful questions at the end of the session. So if you have any question, you can please put it down either in the chat box or maybe later you can ask to me. So let us start with the session. So when we are talking about this pandemic and the business and the growth of the business, you know that these are some of the seen and unseen challenges that are already coming up and they're already here. So I assume that most of you are running the business, when I'm running the business, and we guys are already facing this kind of challenges. And you know what? Any pandemic, whenever has arrived at any geographical area at the globe, it has every time it has come unplanned. And whenever we are talking about the pandemic, it is unplanned. And that is the reason that no business in the world has ever been prepared to manage anything overnight. And this is what I personally feel, that none of the businesses globally, irrespective of their size and their target audience, they were not at all ready to cope up with the situation. In fact, if we see right now in the month of the September, when I talk to different business owners, I talk to different management people, even right now I'm seeing that they are not at all ready. They are clueless how to do, why to do, and most specifically when it comes to the growth of the business or rather survival of the business, they are still struggling. And now what we are seeing, that the traditional media of marketing that has started growing once again. When I'm saying traditional media of marketing, I mean to say the newspaper and the television ads and the hoardings and the leaflets and and all the other radio and all the other traditional media, they are already started going once again. But the bigger question here over here is, our business is so confident to get the revenue back. So when these businesses are doing advertisement, they are doing marketing, they are using different kind of media, and at the end of the day, every business is expecting something to get as a return. And when they're talking about the returns, most of the medias are the above the line media. That is what we call in our marketing language above the line media. And when this above the line media, they are very good media for the brand purpose, branding purpose, brand awareness purpose. But it is unfortunate that there is no guarantee that all this above the line ATL media can generate you the revenue as well. So there is always the comparison between the amount you are spending in this above the line media and the kind of return you are getting. So when you are trying to get the return, you mostly you depend on advertisement, and that is the reason people have started advertising. They already have started advertising and they're expecting something to get in the return. So these are some of the challenges that we have already started seeing, and I believe that these challenges are always going to stay till this pandemic is here globally. So there are another questions that our business is ready for. So again, you can ask this question to yourself if you are running a business. And these are some very common curated questions that in last 6 months, when I have discussed with different organizations, their owners from the different sectors and different industries, these are some of the points that I have curated that are they ready for the business relaunch. This is the right time to relaunch your business. This is the right time to replan your processes, because you never know that what kind of processes are going to help you. You never know what kind of processes are going to get back you on the track. If in terms of the revenue generation, that is the meaningful act of replanning your processes and sub processes. Our business is ready to become situation centric. So over the period of time, in last 50 or 60 years, we had seen different kind of markets. So maybe in the late 70s and early 80s or till 90s, we had always seen the kind of market that was a very demand centric market. So you always need to see the demand centric market. That means the organization used to manufacture the product that had some demand in the market. Then we shifted to the customer centric market. So there people started thinking about the customers. People started talking about the need of the customers. How can they give the products that customers would like to buy? And then customer became the king. And that was the reason that was always a customer centric market. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we have shifted ourselves from the customer centric to the situation centric. So this is the situation right now, where still there is a vulnerability in the market. The economy is very down. GDP is very down. No one is having any clue that how we are going to cope up with the situation. And that is the reason we call it the situation centric market. You need to understand the situation. You need to understand the psychology of your behavior. And accordingly, you need to, again, you have to go 2 steps above. You have to think about the relaunch of the business, and second, you have to think about replanning of your processes and sub processes. And the fourth point is, our business is ready for the short period plan and shorter period tactics. So like, what is the meaning of short period plans and shorter period tactics? So there was a time when every organization used to create the annual plan. An annual plan was used to, it was seen as a plan throughout the year you have to execute, and wherever it is possible you need to make certain changes at the time of the execution. But this is not the time to think annually. This is the right time to think for the short period plan, and that short period plan shouldn't be more than 3 months. So you have to start thinking about your business growth, your marketing activity, what you are going to do for this next upcoming 3 months. And whenever you start implementing your plan, you have to execute in the proper manner, so that you can at least you try to achieve your certain goals that you have decided within that 3-month period plan. And during that, you have to make certain changes. That is what we call the shorter period tactics. So these are some of the things, guys, that I personally feel that is very important for any organization to understand. Because whenever we are talking about the technology, we are talking about the information technology, we are talking about the software and the SaaS and the cloud computing and all kind of things, we are talking about the digital transformation. But at the same time, we are not talking about how these companies, how these businesses, how these organizations are going to cope up with all these things. Or maybe, do they have enough budget? Do they have enough money to buy all this technology so that they can integrate the technology in their organization? And when it comes to the money, they have to focus on so many things. They have to focus on what? They have to focus on the growth. So you can go and talk to the people who are right now working with the textile industry. You can just go and you can just check how they are dealing with the different situation. But I tell you, they are struggling. They are struggling because of the same reasons. And now if all of a sudden somebody goes and says, hey, why you don't create an e-commerce website? You will have a very good business. You can reach out to the different global markets. You just need to create your website. You just need to put your products on the website, and then people will come, people will see the products, they are going to buy the products, and that is how you are going to come out of this situation. But it sounds easy, but even we know that it is not that much easy. Creating an e-commerce website is not the solution. The solution is somewhere else. Even if you create a beautiful e-commerce website, you put all your products on your website, but then if you have not at all good process, in selling the product through e-commerce portals, then there will be a huge gap between the quality of the products that might be good and the kind of service that you are offering to your customers that is the worst. So having the good quality product, but at the same time, if you are not focused on your good quality service, good service to the customers, it is always going to imbalance your entire business situation. And that is the reason the second point becomes so important, so crucial, that you need to replan your process. And that is the reason we are seeing that there are so many organizations who were not at all doing anything over internet. They started selling on internet, and at the same time we are seeing certain things, certain different things from their part. So now we have started getting SMSs from those businesses who were not used to it. We have started seeing some WhatsApp API connected with their billing system that they did not have previously. So all these small things are playing very important role in replanning their processes and sub processes. So that is what I personally feel, that before we talk about the role of the search engine, the role of the optimization of the website, we already need to understand that what kind of challenges all the businesses are going through and how they are going to cope up with these things. So there are certain options that are available for the businesses. So these are certain options that again I have discussed practically with the local businesses, and they and at the end of the day, these three major reasons they came out as an available options for the businesses. That is, number one, the conscious marketing efforts are needed. And when we are talking about the conscious marketing efforts, you cannot just say that you have, because you have the website, you are in the market from last 15 or 20 years, you already have so many clients in your pocket, you have the good retention rate with your clients, still you cannot say that you are secure, you are growing. No, you cannot say. So you need to do some conscious marketing efforts. And I am saying this even after talking, even after discussing with different IT organizations in Surat and outside Surat. Even they are coming to this point, and they are literally saying that till the date we were not so active with our marketing efforts. We were just getting our projects through word of mouth, and because we had a good name in certain industry, and that is how we used to get the new businesses, the new clients. But the things are very different nowadays, and we have to think about different marketing activities. And that is the reason we feel that we have to do marketing. And then there was a conclusion that marketing activities should be continuous and conscious efforts need to be put behind it. Second option available for the businesses are winning customers' trust. So again, we are not winning the trust of the customers. That is again the unfortunate part. So why we are not winning the trust of the customers? If you are going to win the trust of the customers, you are going to have certain positive things over internet. So see to it like this. For an example, if you are dealing with different kind of customers, if you are providing them beautiful services, extraordinary services, you are making them feel delighted, if you are selling some good products, then the very next step that should be the part of your business process is to ask your customer to give the good testimonials, to write some good testimonials, to write some good feedbacks for your organization at the different places over internet. And that sends a very strong signal to the search engine algorithms, and that is how you are going to get some advantages for your website in terms of organic result of your website. So when you will start winning the trust of your customers, if you start making them feel good, feel happy, feel delighted, you can always ask for a good testimonial. Now again, coming to what used to do, what people were used to do, what businesses were used to do, and you guys can easily connect with this point, being in the field of IT from all these years, that we used to take the testimonials of the customers, but then we only put it on our website. And that is the only thing that I have seen all these years, that IT companies, they're asking for the testimonials, and then they're putting it on their website. But the point is, when they're not optimizing even their website, and even though having the testimonials of the customers on the website, it is not going to add any added value over there to build their authority over internet. So when it comes to building the authority on the internet, you have to work very hard, and it is not limited to your own website. You have to reach out to the different other portals, you have to reach out to the different other websites, and then you start building up your your authority. And the final point is going digital, and that is what every businesses nowadays are talking about, that we need to go digital. And digital is what? Unfortunately, digital is totally misunderstood. It is unfortunate that the local businesses are not understanding the actual meaning of digital. They feel that if we are going to send SMSs, we are on digital. Technically, yes. From the marketing point of view, exactly no. There are some people who say that going digital means we are going to start using the WhatsApp, we'll start sending them WhatsApp messages. Again, technically, yes. But from the marketing perspective, no, not exactly. There were people who started saying that, hey, we have created our Instagram profile, we have created our Facebook page, and now we are doing all this posting and all that. Again, going digital, technically yes. From the marketing perspective, absolutely no. And finally, there are people who have started saying that now we have started asking our friends and the families and the employees that we create a message on WhatsApp and you start broadcasting in your groups. So like that, we will start having more businesses. It is very unfortunate that this is again technically going digital, but strategically or conceptually, this is not the marketing that you should do. It's a very short-term tricks that you are just applying as a part of the testing, that maybe it will give you some result. And you know what? You may get some result, you may get some business out of that, but this is not the long-term strategy that you can implement. You have to think very strategically. You have to think with a long perspective using the global market, and then only you have to implement your different strategies on the platforms, different platforms on internet, and you have to combine all these things. And there, your search engine is one of the platforms that you have to focus on. Okay, now this is guys, this is going to be very interesting. So I think previous session was regarding the Azure model. So unfortunately, I'm the odd man out, though I have the IT background, but unfortunately, I'm not that much now part of the latest IT industry. So I did not get much idea about that. But just imagine if I am a businessman and if that technology, Azure technology, is going to help me in my business, somewhere in my business, then how that technology, the owner of that technology, the businesses who are dealing with the Azure technology are going to help me in growth of my business. If this is the case, here is the solution of this case. Because most of the time, the businesses, they fail to follow the two very basic yet very fundamental things, that is marketing and sales. So if you can see on your screen, you see that the annual the bar has been drawn over here with the black color straight, that is day 1 to day 365. So marketing is the 365 days activity. Again, I'm repeating, marketing is an annual activity. It should be happen day by day, daily. So even today, it's Sunday, but then my organization's marketing is active. So we are doing marketing even today when none of our office people are at office. I'm at my home. Everybody, the other people are chilling at their home, but still we are doing marketing. So your marketing activity should be the 365 days long. It's a continuous activity, and that should be done through different media. And if you want to use the digital platforms, then it is going to be easier for you in terms of your budget. So yes, you can focus on the use of the digital platforms, then how you can run your digital activities for marketing for 365 days. But then if you see the yellow patches in between, that is the sales activity. So then whenever you think that I am going to do marketing for 365 days, I am going to use certain time period in between that will be used to boost my sales, that will be used to grow my business. So during this time period, my entire focus would be selling my projects, selling my products, getting more projects, selling my services, IT solutions, etc. If you can think like that, then that particular time period will be very goal specific. And that goal is very clear, that you are now playing with the numbers. You want to sell certain number of products. You want to get certain number of projects. You want to sell certain solutions of your businesses, and you are aiming to get certain number of amount. So you are aiming at certain revenue during that particular time period. So during all these yellow patches, starting from the calendar year from 1st January to 31st December, you are going to plan that maybe in the month of March, then maybe in the month of July, and then maybe again in the month of October. We are going to have this many activities to push our sales hard, and we are going to get our numbers back. But other than that, this time slots, this time period, we are definitely going to continue with our marketing activity, and we are trying to get the continuous revenue even during that time period. But all these yellow patches suggest that that would be the hardest time period for you to sell your product, to sell your services, or to get your maximum new clients. So this is how it should be planned. Your marketing activity should be for an entire year, and then in between you have to think about the sales. Now coming again to the selection of the media, how it is going to be possible for you to do marketing for 365 days. Like, do you think that any organization is coming in your mind, any business is coming in your mind, any brand is coming in your mind who are actually doing this marketing for 365 days? Let me give the name of a single brand that you all have known from all these years, and yes, even today you are seeing that they are doing marketing through certain creativity, and that brand is Amul. So you see that Amul is like throughout the year they do marketing with their beautiful creative concepts, and the current market scenarios they include in the creativity, but that is the way they are doing the branding activity, and hence it is their marketing activity. But whenever they feel that this is the season, like during the summer season, they focus specifically on the ready to have milk, the flavored milk, that is what they call, and the chash. So chash and this flavored milk are their products during the summer season. So they push a lot, along with ice creams, obviously. They push a lot during this time period in the summer season to get the maximum sale of these three category of the products. Again, after summer season, when you enter into this monsoon season, they don't stop with the branding activity. They don't stop with the marketing activity. They keep doing this. And then again, when all the season comes, like the festival season, it all starts from the August. We start seeing that Amul starts promoting more and more Amul Mithai. So guys, this is the classical example of a brand that is using this strategy of 365 days marketing and putting their sales pockets in between to push the sales. But as I said, the biggest question is how you are going to do marketing throughout the year, and from which media can your business afford? That is the question we are going to answer later on, but that is very important question. Okay, now let us focus on the digital. Now this is again the point that most of the digital marketing agencies, they have not understood. So let me put it very clear to all of you. So even if you have nothing to do with the digital marketing, although you guys are from the IT, but maybe your core is not marketing, so I think it will make it very simplified for you to understand what exactly digital is all about. So broadly speaking, digital is divided into two portions, the marketing and the sales. Now marketing and sales both are again divided into two certain portions: marketing over search engine, marketing over social media. And if you see on this side, sales over search engine and sales over social media. So yeah, marketing and sales both can be done through search engine and through social media. Now again, you go to your left side where we are talking about the marketing, and now we are talking about search engine. Then marketing over search engine, it's possible with organic activity and paid activity. Similarly, marketing with social media is possible with organic activity and paid activity. If you see from the sales side, search engine sales is possible through organic and paid activity, and social media sales is possible through organic and paid activity. So if you can clearly understand this thing, then you will come to know that what exactly it is all about. I'll give you two different examples. The number one example is our own CSI. So what CSI is doing is an organization, it's an institution where there are thousands and thousands of people have become members, and we have this very good Surat chapter also of CSI. So throughout the year, CSI is doing so many different activities at the national level, and they keep posting it about their activities on the different platforms through WhatsApp and something the groups and all that. So that is what they are doing marketing. But when this kind of activity comes, if they are spending some money on social media, that would be the social media paid activity to generate the inquiries so that they can register for this 2 days event. So that is what we call sales. Sales is happening on social media with paid activities. And if the same advertisement they're running on Google, then that is the sales is happening on the search engine for this 2 days event to generate the leads, to generate the registrations. So this is one of the examples. Now another example focusing only on the search engine, and let me tell you. So marketing with search engine organically and marketing search engine paid. And then I'm going to talk about sales search engine organically and sales with search engine through paid. So first, let us focus on the marketing with search engine organically. So maybe I can take you directly to Google so that it can become very easy for you to understand. So let me go to Google first. Okay, so if we are checking for MBA college, right? So let me go for it. MBA college in Gujarat. So I'm just checking for MBA college in Gujarat. Now, right now, I'm talking about what? I'm talking about marketing with search engine, but organically. So I am not at all talking about getting the registration. I'm not talking about getting admissions. I'm not talking about running ads. I'm not talking about anything. I'm just talking about I want to do marketing on search engine. So you see, if you see very closely, all these are the portals. College Dunia, Shiksha, these are the portals. Shiksha is a portal. bschool.career is a portal. College Dekho is a portal. College Search.in. MBA Hit Bullseye is again a portal. Quora, you all know what is Quora. Get My Uni is a portal. GTU Info. Now we have one university that is coming on the first page of search engine result pages, guys. If you ignore all these structured data that is generated by Google, you are only going to see that the effort that has been put by one of the universities in Gujarat, and that is this university. Now, if you click here, okay, so here you have the GTU available. So at least they are showing there the colleges that are affiliated with GTU. Okay? But now still I am looking for a single college. Okay, there is no single college on the first page. Now I'm going to second page. Again, India Careerscapes, our education, Sarvagyan. Now I got the first college. Here it is, that is Narayan Business School. The first result of a particular college that we are getting over here, and that is this Narayan Business. This is marketing with the focusing on the certain keyword, and that result is generated by only Narayan Business School, NBS. Now just imagine there are hundreds of MBA colleges in Gujarat, and you are seeing one result of NBS college, that too on the second page of Google's SERP, search engine result page. Don't you think that is very strange? We are talking about marketing, we are talking about digital, we are talking about the education institutions are the pioneer of setting up examples of the different things, of the different management perspective and different management aspects. But unfortunately, you see directly on the second page, we are getting the result of one of the colleges. So this is the example of marketing with search engine using organic. Now we want to see marketing using search engine with paid. So now if I see here again, close all these tabs. Now if I don't see any advertisement with this particular thing. So I'm just changing my keyword and I want to see CRM software, CRM software, nothing else. So I just changed my keyword and I am not at all right now specifying what exactly I'm looking for. I'm just saying that hi, I'm looking for CRM software. I don't know what exactly. I'm not mentioned my industry. I've not mentioned what kind of CRM I'm looking for. I have just written a very simple query, that is CRM software. And now you see, guys, 1, 2, 3. And yeah, there are 3 ads. So there are different companies. Lead Square is there, Zendesk is there, and Active Campaign is there. These 3 companies are right now running the campaign, ad campaign on this. But this again, this query is not sales oriented query. This is the query that is very specific to target the audience who are still unclear about their requirement, their need. And now if you are going to click on this lead square, you are here. See, they are only talking about the start free trial, or maybe again another call to action, start free trial and start free trial. So they're just trying to convince you to start with the free trial, and if you start getting understanding your requirement, then maybe you can go with the paid version of the software. And this is what they are looking at. So this is a very classical example of doing marketing with search engine but spending money on Google Ads, so that is paid. Now coming on the second part, guys, now we are talking about digital sales. And again, I'm not covering the part of the social media because this topic is purely related to search engine. So now we are talking about digital sales, and then there is the role of the search engine for organic and for paid. Now going back here on Google. So right now I'm just talking about what? Sales, search engine, but organically. So let me put down this query, school online tuition for school, for primary school. Let me check. See what I'm talking, sales, but organically. So I'm just going to skip all these ads. I'm going to skip all these ads. Now the organic result, Quora, Tutors Valley, Buddy School. Yeah, Buddy School. I think that is also a portal. I think matter.org. Let me check. I have not heard about this thing. Online mass tuition. Yeah, perfect. So this is the first organic result that is targeting very specifically to my search query. And if you see my search query again, my search query is showing my intent as a father. My intent is very clear, that looking for some online tuition for the primary section. And there, this is the website who are coming organically on the top of the SERP, where people are clicking, they are going, and if they find it good enough, they can just click over here, year 4, age 8 to 9, they can click over here, and then they can go through all these things. And if they feel that it's good, they can click here, try a free 1-to-1 lesson, and maybe it will ask you to register. See, thank you for interest. We are full book. Oh, great. See, lucky company. But otherwise, there has to be something. Register yourself, and you can start to go. But this is the example of what? Sales with search engine, but organically. Now finally, I want to show you sales, search engine, and paid. So the same query, fortunately, on the same query, there are certain organizations who are doing ads, and obviously Byju's are expected, and Byju is as expected, is it on the top. Now if you click here, Byju's is running the ad, and see, they are very clear. They're very clear what they're up to. They're directly taking you to the landing page where they are asking about the information. You click and pay, and you can pay, and you can ready to go with. So this is a very specific sales oriented use of search engine. So guys, I hope you understood that what exactly the role of the search engine for marketing and for the sales. Please understand that you will always have 2 types of users using search engine. Number 1, whose intent is not high, and number 2, whose buying intent is very clear. So you cannot miss out the chance to target those people whose buying intent is not high, but still you have to use your search engine organically, so that they can at least come to see your website, they can identify a brand name, and that is how your marketing works for you. And when it comes to sales, like what we are seeing just of Byju's, they are very specific with their sales objective. They are running the ad campaigns on search engine, and they are generating not only the leads, but they're asking people to pay now and start learning. So that is what your sales paid advertisement for sales is all about. I hope you are very much clear what the role of the digital is all about. So guys, there are two ways to sell your coffee on Google. Number one, don't pay anything to Google. Number two, pay to Google, right? So I've shown you both the examples. And lastly, when I show you this example, what Matter are doing are they are selling their products, but then they are not paying anything to Google. This is through the organic results. And what Byju's are doing, they're selling their product, they're selling the services, but they are ready to spend money to Google. So I think that is the call that every business has to do, has to take rather, that if they really want to sell their coffee on search engine, what they are going to do. Whether they want to use Google without paying anything to Google, and if they want quick results, they go with the paid ads. So that means you have to either go for search engine optimization, number one, or you have to go with the search engine marketing. So these are two terminologies, SEO and SEM, that combines and create the larger picture that is called search marketing. So search marketing includes organic activity or on search engine SEO and paid activity on search engine, that is SEM. But as I said, if you are looking for the quick fix, if you really want to get the result very quickly, if you are running out of the time, you have your sales target in your mind, then guys, SEO is not for you. You have to go without any second thought for the ads on search engine. You only have to go on the ad platform of Google, that is Google Ads, ads.google.com. That 1.5 years ago, that was known as Google AdWords. So that is no Google AdWords right now, it's pure Google Ads. You can go with the Google Ads, you can start running your campaigns, you can decide your targeting audience, what kind of product or sales, product or services you want to sell. You have to directly take them to your landing page, and you only have to see to the result that you are going to get after spending money. So that is the ultimate thing that any organization should do if they are looking for some quick fix. But yes, we are not talking about the quick fix. We are talking about the organic part, that is SEO. So what exactly search engine optimization is all about? So it is very simple to define SEO, that is getting website on the top of search engine result page, that is SERP, by focusing on certain keywords. You have to focus on certain keywords where you will try optimizing those keywords on your website. But please understand that when we are talking about the keywords, it doesn't mean that you only have to put these keywords on your website again and again and again. So this is not 2001 and 2002. We are right now moving towards 2021. The role of the keywords are still very important, but the application of the same thing has changed, and has changed drastically. So you cannot just say that I'm going to put certain keywords in the HTML head part and I'm going to get the result. You cannot say that I'm going to use the certain keywords throughout my website and then people are going to search with the same keywords. I may get the result. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So you need to understand still the role of the keyword is very important, but as I said, the application to get the result for those keywords keep changing. And that is what we call the changing role of the algorithm. And now we all know the knowledge graph, the Google knowledge graph is updating every day, every second. The algorithm is keep changing every day, every second. So we cannot assume that the kind of activities that certain people were used to do before a couple of years will still work like that. So this is not the game, but yeah, still I personally feel that search engine optimization should always top the list of any business when they're thinking about going digital for marketing. SEO should be and must be the first thing in your checklist, even before you think about social media. But why I'm saying that? Is there any particular reason? Yeah, I have the reason. Why SEO? There are three big reasons to go for SEO. Number one, to get continuous traffic on the website. Yes, you need to get the continuous traffic, and that is only possible if you are optimizing your website. You are taking your website on the top of the search engine result pages, obviously focusing on the researched keywords first of all, and then start optimizing for your website for those researched keywords, and then you start getting the continuous traffic on the website. Number two, there is no need to spend money to get traffic. Even though if you have no budget, you shouldn't do ads on Google just to get the traffic. And I tell you one thing, that Google ads are not only used to sell the product, for get the registration or the lead generation, but Google ads are also used just to get the traffic on the website. Similarly, social media ads are also used to get the traffic on the website. So you spend money to get the traffic on the website when your organic is dead, or maybe you have never thought about getting organic. So if you are doing the conscious effort on getting result organically, you are getting conscious effort to get the traffic organically, then you don't need to spend money either on social media or search engine. You are going to get the traffic organically as well. And the third reason for SEO is there is a great chance of generating organic conversions. Why you cannot think of that? Now, as I said, when we checked about this, result, matr.org, matter.org. What we searched for, we just searched for the simple query, high intent query, where we are looking for online tuition for the primary school. And then we got to have this result organically. We get on the home page, and through home page, right now we are on this page. This is the unfortunate part that they are fully booked and they are not available. But just imagine if they were open, then there was a big chance that I would have applied over here, and maybe I would have registered for that, and they could have this certain time period free demo class for a day or two. And if they could have make my child happy and satisfied enough, then I would have clicked on the pricing section, and then at least I would have bought one of the packages. And that result was totally free for this matter because they did not spend a single penny on the ad. But still, we reached out to their website and we got converted. So that is the thing. There is always the chances of generating organic conversion, and that is how you always grow. So I personally feel that search engine optimization plays a very important role to get the continuous result throughout the year, not only in terms of getting on the top of SERP, but also in getting the conversions done. Okay, many people have asked me that how to decide between SEO and SEM. मतलब क्या करे, search engine optimization करे या search engine marketing करे? What to be done? That is again the biggest question. I think that is a question of deciding between marketing and, as I said, I am very clear with this. If you are talking about marketing, you have to go for SEO undoubtedly. If you are talking about sales for a very short time period with a very defined goal, you have to go with the search engine marketing. But then there are companies, I'll again show you, I'll again take you to Google, and you will see that there are companies who are using search engine. Like again, I'm just searching for what? Amazon. Just searching for Amazon. I personally believe a very classical example for every business to understand. You should understand what is this. Amazon is a brand keyword. Amazon is a brand keyword. Number one, you are seeing the ad running on the brand keyword. And number one, number two, and number three, you are seeing the organic result with the brand keyword. Now you must be saying that what is the big deal for a company to run an ad on the brand keyword? Even if Amazon did not have this ad running on Google Ads, after writing Amazon, you had this result coming on your top of the search engine result pages, that is Amazon only. Then why the hell this company is spending money? The answer is very clear. This is the answer. The answer is that is the question of deciding between marketing and sales. Amazon is not interested to leave any potential buyer, and they are not at all ready to take any chance by only and only relying on the organic results. And you might have seen this, that there are certain companies like Flipkart and other e-commerce companies in the past, they have used Amazon as a keyword in generating their ads. So just imagine if Amazon was not doing any ad over here, but then Flipkart was doing an ad with the same keyword, then what would be the scenario? The scenario was the first result of ad would have been of the Flipkart, and then you could see the two different Amazon results at the bottom organically. And people subconsciously, without reading the result, if they could have clicked on the very first result, that was ad of Flipkart, the higher intent person who was looking to go to the Amazon website, unfortunately, Flipkart diverted that person to their website. And that is why the big brands They don't take any chance. They always focus on organic and paid, both the activities, even for their brand keyword. It is very unfortunate that I have not seen the local companies have ever thought about spending money for the brand keywords. In fact, they are not at all even focusing on getting result for their keyword, brand keyword organically. So this is the big question to be asked by all the local businesses, or maybe the international business, or the offshore IT companies also, that if some of you might be providing your IT services to people in California, the businesses in California, or maybe North and South Carolina, then have you ever thought that there are other IT companies also who are focusing on those target audiences? So maybe you are right now working on Upwork, you have certain business development manager situated in those regions, but at the same time, you have to be very strong digitally as well. If you can be very strong digitally, then I think you are targeting your target audience in those foreign countries, on the foreign regions, with a 360-degree approach. So that is what we normally call the omni-channel marketing. This is the question you should ask to yourself. Does it matter for my business? And the answer is very clear, absolutely, because you may not spend money all 365 days. Unlike Amazon, we may not spend money 365 days for marketing. And even if we are ready to spend money for 365 days for marketing, maybe Google Ads wouldn't be our obvious choice. We may spend money throughout the 365 days, but then we segregate our budget. We divide our budget on the different media. For this month, I would go with the print ad. For next month, I would go with the social media ad campaigns. For again, next month, I would like to go with the radio campaign. After a month, I will focus on the paid SMS services. After that month, I will focus on some telecallers. I'll pay to her and I'll ask her to just make the phone calls and nothing, no other media I will use. So that is what normally the local businesses think like, that I may spend money 365 days, but my budget will be segregated. But my question is, then what about the search engine? What about the people who will keep looking for your business any time in a day, any day in a month, and any month in a year on search engine? If you are not available over there, then what will happen? And then if you are thinking that, okay, fine, what I will do, I'll pay to some agency to do search engine optimization for my business for 6 months, and then I'll ask him to stop. So once they will get my website at least on the first page after 6 months, that is it. I will not spend money. That is the very wrong conception. Once again, SEO is, as I said, it's a continuous activity. Organically, you have to keep optimizing your website 365 days, 24/7. It's a continuous activity. You have to focus on search engine optimization till you are going to run your business. The day you are shutting off your business would be the last day you are going to optimize your website. So SEO is a continuous activity. You cannot rely on certain time period that after getting my website on the top of the pages and stop doing that. You cannot think that. You have to do all the organic activity continuously throughout the year. Okay, now this is another question that you may have in your mind. If I am not spending money, why to think about Google? This is the question. Okay, so here is the answer. Even if you're not spending money, then why to think about Google? You have to think about Google because, number one, Google receives over 63,000 searches per second in a day. And obviously right now when I'm speaking this, the number would be very high. Second, an average person conducts 3 to 4 searches every single day. And right now I'm speaking, there are already person who might have searched for the 6th or 7th time today itself. So these are two big reasons for any business to understand the importance of the search engine. And the question that you need to ask to yourself, that how it is going to help me. Now you see, I will take you to this Google Trends. Okay, so now you see here, if I take you to Google Trends, let me search for something. So let me search for my own industry. I just keep it for India. Well, for past maybe 90 days. Okay, so guys, in the last 90 days, only in India, if I see the digital marketing companies, this system, then you see, right? And now I'm comparing cheap tablet. This is the red color and this is the blue color. So cheap tablet, or as I said, online tuition. Now just imagine guys, online tuition is beating even the cheap tablet or maybe the digital marketing company in last 90 days. So this we are, as I said, we are living in this era of this pandemic, and you see, I doubt that even people have ever thought about the online tuition. So if you want to check once again, let us do one thing. We'll remove this result. We'll also remove this result. And now I'm going to check this result for last 5 years. See this. Guys, this is a classical example to be understood by all of us, that when this kind of pandemic happens, the user behavior changes and all of a sudden we start seeing the sudden growth. Now tell me one thing, if any local tuition wala have never thought about having the website, that it is next to impossible to create the website in the month of March, not even the month of March, but maybe in the month of April or May, they were start using things, they start thinking about, oh, I don't have the website, now I need to create a website, and that was already in the month of May. So it will take at least 10-15 days to create the website, and then if you start optimizing your website, it will again take 6 to 8 months to get your result, at least somewhere on the top pages of search engine result. So by the time the other companies, the other competitors of that particular tuition wala would have stolen the market. So this is the classical example. If you see, I think this is what you also can compare for your business, and that is the reason that even if you are not spending money, you must think about the Google, because you never come to know that what people are searching and how they are going to get to your result. I'm not doing SEO. Again, the question from your side, what will happen to my business? If you are asking this question, then here is the answer. Your customers are searching for you and your competitor is snatching them. So the answer is very simple. If you are not doing SEO and maybe your competitors are doing SEO, you cannot stop your competitors doing SEO, right? So if you are not doing SEO, your competitors are doing, and if your competitors are doing, they are going to snatch your customers, the high intent people they are going to get from you. Second answer, if you are not on Google, somebody else will be there. So again the same thing, अगर आप नहीं हो तो आप किसी को रोक तो नहीं सकते, अगर आप नहीं हो तो आप किसी को आने के लिए मना भी नहीं कर सकते. That is the reason that there is always somebody who is going to be there on the Google. If not you, then somebody else. And the final answer is, you are not getting organic conversion. So that is the biggest loss of yours. So the example of the matter.org that we had just seen, that is again a very good result, very good result for you to understand that they got the conversion organically, and that is how so many other companies can also think about getting the conversions organically. But this is about the other companies. If you are not doing that, if you are not doing SEO, if you're not even having your website, that is again a very difficult to digest. But yes, there are so many organizations who are still not having the website, or maybe if they have the website is too old. They did not update their website from last couple of years. The same old content, the same old technology structure, and everything is so old. It is going to hamper your reputation over internet. These are certain points you need to think after asking these two questions to yourself. I think, do I really understand marketing? The first question. Second question, better to take consultation. If you don't understand, you can go and ask somebody. Third thing, awesome website is my first need. As I said, you cannot continue with the same old website. You have to revamp your website. This is the right time to revamp your website. Yes, I am over relying on social media. You cannot, just posting on the social media is not going to guarantee the business. So you cannot over rely. You can always set a proper balance between the social media and the search engine. And finally, SEO is a lifetime activity. As I said, these are some wise words you need to think continuously. And when I'm talking about uh, the third point, awesome website, here it is about all about a website. Always remember that marketing and sales is half done without a good website. So you have to focus on the very good website. So I have very quick suggestions for those who are actually looking for, or who are actually looking to leverage the website, who are actually looking to leverage the search engine. So whenever you create the website, non-technically, I'm not going to talk about any the use of the programming language or what kind of server to think and all these things. I think you can always get the good suggestion from the good website. So I'm not going to talk on that, but yeah, I have certain things for you. Number one, after creating the website, you have to focus on the loading time. Just make sure that your loading time is not higher than 3 to 4 seconds. Number two, we always speak about that website should be mobile friendly. No, your website shouldn't be only mobile friendly. Your website should be device friendly. So you have to check your website on all the different devices and the browsers. So just make sure that your website is a device friendly. Number three, if possible, use the accelerated mobile pages technology, AMP. That is what we know. And if you want to know more about AMP, you can go and check the website amp.projects. So if it is possible, you have to AMPify your website. That you have to see. Number three. And number four, there shouldn't be a single dead link available on your website. You just make sure that there is no 404 error page. If at all you are putting any link on your website, there should be always that page available. So these 4 points you have to keep in your mind, irrespective of the colors, the combinations, and the graphics and the web designs and all that. And obviously you have to focus on the navigational part also, how beautifully you are navigating people who are coming to your website. You shouldn't only get so happy, you shouldn't only be become so happy by taking people on your home page. You also need to think that how you are going to navigate your audience from home page through certain other pages, and ultimately how you are going to take them on the landing page, where either you are going to sell the products or you are going to generate the leads. So these are 4 or 5 points as a suggestion to all the people who are now started thinking about leveraging website or leveraging search engine for the marketing. Along with that, there's another role it is going to be played by your business is the goal itself. What goal is that? Marketing and sales both are impossible without clear definition of the goal. If you don't have the clear definition of the goal, then you are not going to have the proper result. And right now, I personally feel, guys, that goal is what? Goal is all about the authority of your website on internet. Now, let me take you, when I'm talking about the authority again and again, I have a very simple way to just understand that how you are authorizing your business on the internet. So we will directly go to Alexa rank. Okay, so many of you must be knowing about Alexa. So I'm just putting my website. I'm not putting anybody else's website. I'm just putting my website. So I'm just trying to see my Alexa rank. Let me take you directly to this portion. So this is how I keep checking how about my company's authority on internet. So if you see, this portion is the Alexa rank in last 90 days globally. And if you see that this number is getting up. So right now, my website in the global internet engagement point of view, it is ranking somewhere around 7,42,000. Globally, this website is ranking 7,42,000. And if I want to see the Indian rank, this is the Indian rank, 1,49,000, right? So this is the Indian rank, 1,49,000, and the global rank is 7 lakh. Now I need to keep checking this every 90 days that whether I'm going up in terms of the number. So my priority would be what? My priority would be very simple, that I want my website to rank globally somewhere from 7,42,000. Now my next target would be 6 lakhs, and then 4 lakhs, and then 2 lakhs, and then inside 1 lakh. And in India, I am right now at 1,49,000. So I am thinking to take my website somewhere to, first of all, within first 1 lakh, and then 70,000, 50,000, 30,000, 20,000, like that. So if I can continuously see my Alexa rank getting up, I may understand that maybe I am getting a good internet authority. So you have to think from both the perspective. And if you see this number, you can see 101K moving up. So in the last 90 days, if you see August 31, it was 8,16,000. That moved to September 3rd, 732, and now it is somewhere here 7,10,000 globally. So right now it is exactly 710. So this is the last figure, but the fresh figure is 7,10,000. So again, I am moving up. So that this is the continuation cautious effort that any organization's website should be doing. It is not only about SEO, guys, not only about that, okay, mera result pehle page par aa gaya. You have to come out from that mentality. This is not like that. And you have to focus on getting traffic not only from the search engines, but you also need to think about how you can get traffic from the social media. And that is what goal is about. So you have to, I think this is my goal. So you can have your own goal, but you always need to think about having a good website and having the clear-cut goal. Okay, so how you are going to get conversion? So finally, if you talk about the sales, this is all about the marketing and the authority and all about. But if you want to get the conversions with SEO, how you can move further? What are the things you need to focus on? Okay, you will start with this proper website navigation. Please focus on the navigational part on your website. How you are going to take your users from the home, as I said earlier, how you are going to take your people from home page to the certain product or service pages. That is what the navigation is all about. And I think your website wireframing plays a very important role when you even start preparing your website. Second, continuously getting website on the first page. That would be at least first page, if not on the first position, because it is very difficult for any organization to maintain the first position right now. But yeah, at least you have to be there on the first page. So the continuous optimization is very important. Third is by targeting relevant keywords. So use certain keyword planner tools like Google's keyword planner tool. You have to use SEMrush, that you can use, Href, that is you can use, Ubersuggest, that also you can use. You have to check that certain queries on your Google My Business, that you can use. And finally, you also need to see Google Search Console. So these are some 6 or 7 tools, out of which all the tools are free. Just go and check, even your Google Analytics, just go and check the keywords, the search queries that people are using, and always try to refine your keyword selection, keyword database. The pool of the keywords should be very strong, and you have to keep optimizing your website for those keywords only. Maintaining website loading time less. As I said, if your website is going to take more and more time to load, you will have the higher bounce rate. Bounce rate is what? Somebody is leaving your website even before your website page is loading. So even if they see your user interface, they will leave your domain and they will close the browser, or maybe they will leave your domain itself. So that is a very, very dangerous for your website. So just make sure that you don't have that bounce rate. And yeah, updating website content regularly. You have to focus on regular content updates. As I said, that you cannot afford to have the old content. And here, guys, I'm going to give you a very, very interesting suggestion, that if at all you're not focused till the date on your blogging part, then I suggest you to focus on the blogging part. I think blogs are going to be very helpful to you. Keep writing some beautiful blogs, non-technical blogs, specifically to those who are right now belongs to the IT industry. Stop writing very technical blogs, because your audience, your customers are totally from the non-IT background. So if you are going to use the technical, difficult jargons, your customers are not at all going to understand what you're writing, and hence they are not going to engage with your blogs, and hence they are not going to get converted. So start focusing on the certain blogs which is very user specific, which are very customer specific, which are very industry specific. You can start writing those kind of blogs. If you can hire some good content writers, or maybe agency for that, that is always going to pay you later on. But I think that is also a very important part, that every organization must be thinking about updating the website content regularly. And as I said, your news updates, the company updates, and the blogs and the case studies are going to play a very crucial part in that. Then if you have this question that can I integrate social media with SEO? If you are thinking, that answer is yes, absolutely yes. Get people from website to social media and vice versa. So you have to merge your social media and your website so that your continuous activity on the social media will help people to travel from social media to your website. And similarly, when you are getting traffic from Google, from search engine to your website, from your website, you have to take to them on your social media. So I think you need to just play with your different platforms, and you have to leverage both the platforms and allowing people to travel through and from one platform to another platform. And obviously it is going to be very helpful to you in terms of social media engagement, in terms of social media follower base or the liking base. And similarly, the people who are liking there, you can get them to your website. So again, this is a very smart move that how you are connecting your website with the social media and how you are leveraging that. Okay, so I think we still have 5 minutes. So if you have the questions, I think I'm just stopping here and maybe you can ask me the question. So if you have any questions, yeah.
Thank you, Bhautik Bhai. It was really a nice and informative session, and I see that there are no questions. So it means like everyone has enjoyed, and whatever you tried to deliver has been 100% delivered to all of them. So that's a good news for us. And I know and I understand that this being a Sunday evening, the audience's turnout was not as we had expected, but then also it's good. And let's see, next time we will be able to do a better digital marketing of our event and get more traffic to our events so that more people can get knowledge from us. Yeah, if anyone wants to ask the question, they can either post it in the chat or they can just unmute and ask the question. I see that SP Patel sir has unmuted. Do you want to ask any question, Patel sir?
No, just listening. No question. It was very good, completely covered.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Hello.
So I think he doesn't have any questions.
Okay. So then in that case, we would like to close this particular session and the entire event also, because this was the last event in the last session for this particular event. Bhautik Bhai, we have surely want to continue. We surely want to continue with you in the next session also. That next event also that we are planning in a couple of months, just around Diwali. So hope to get your contribution with one more session at that time. So
Absolutely.
Thanks for this. Yeah. So thanks for all your efforts and thanks for all your help. Thank you. And I would like to thank all the audience. I would like to thank AIC SURATi, iLAB, Surat Municipal Corporation, Surat Smart City, and all the team members of Computer Society of India Surat chapter for all the help and support. Bye, and you all have a nice evening.
Tejas bhai, it was a great success.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Congrats, really good efforts done, and let us continue. Okay, in the future also.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you.
Yes, really, it was nice. I think to stand for entire day there is a great achievement, actually.
Thank you, Nitin bhai.
Nitin bhai, કેવું રહ્યું બરાબર ને? હા.
Everything is. I think quality of the speaker and quality of the session was too good, as per
Right.
me. Right. I think so. Unfortunately, we could not reach to the larger audience, but next time we can have a better show, and
Why
we
the
can, I think,
right? Nitin bhai, why
do.
audience is less?
No, it normally happens that way only, I think, because now it is an era of online teaching everywhere, and then plenty of such sessions are keep on happening, and it was expected.